Mr. Man, we're starting. Good morning, Chaye Moharan, Resh Pe Aleph. Resh Pe Bet, I'm sorry. Chaye Moharan, Resh Pe Bet.
Resh Pe Bet is good.
These recent Chaye Mohorans are a little bit satum. This book's over there. They're a little bit like a closed book. And even though we don't always have a pirush on some of the things that the tzaddikim said, the words go in, the words affect. You don't need to know how a medicine works. It works. Sometimes just the diburim of the tzaddik, the words that he said, even though if they're not fully understandable, they affect the person in the way they need to affect him. And even so, many times there is a hint to take out of each thing. Achar Pesach Taf Kuf Samechei Siper Imanu. So Rabbeinu after Pesach in that year, Amar Shenodanu Achshav Shtei Dvarim, Ach Eni Yachol Neomram. There are two things which now became revealed to me, but I cannot say them over. Means I cannot explain them in their entirety. Ki nirim pshutim, ki gam pshutei shedavar, כי גם פשוטו של דבר הוא כך לכאורה. אף על פי כן נודע לי עכשיו אלו הדברים. These two things that Rabbeinu now had access to, had attained, was masik, when he can't really explain them, they look like simple things, but even though they're really high things, what are they? הייני כי נודענו מה שאמרו רבותינו ז"ל, אדם עובר עבירה. אומר שלא ייראני אדם. Mishnah says, יהיה מורה רבך כמורה שמיים. You gotta feel like you fear your Rebbe like you fear heaven. That's a, yeah, Resh Pe Bet. Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai, if I remember well, the Gemara Masechet Berachot told that to his Talmidim. When you're doing the Yishrav Yirat Shamayim, like Moreh Rabach. Moreh Rabach like Yirat Shamayim. Feel your Rebbe like you feel God. He said, that's it? My mistake. Fear your God like you fear your Rebbe. Fear Hashem like you fear your Rav. That's it? That's all? And then he says, Alvai. Because when a person does an Avirah, he says, Shelo Yirani Adam. A person should not see me. It doesn't bother him that Hashem sees him, but he's embarrassed of somebody else. So you see how far we are.
Who said it first?
Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai said to his Talmidim when he was about to pass away. He told them, before he passed away, he told him, I bless you, or that you should be Moreh Shamayim ki Moreh Rabach. You should fear God like you feel your Rav. Like your Rav, let's say, your Rav. Why two friends? He wouldn't be embarrassed in doing an Avirah. But if his Rav, if his Rebbe, his Tzaddik would see him, he would feel embarrassed. So then you should fear Hashem like you fear that Rav. And so the Talmidim told him, that's it? Only that? That's very small level. And he told him, Alvai. Alvai, you should get to that level. Alvai, you should be scared of Hashem like a person. In other words, he says over here, Amar she'adam over avera, omer shelo yirani adam. I hope nobody will see me. Just want to do it on kashet. But you're not in kashet in front of Hashem. You're not in kashet at all in front of you. You're not hiding from Hashem. Hashem is watching. You see that's the way that Teva Hashem made us, that we don't really understand that we're in front of Hashem. There's a tzimtzum. The light is not here. We think like Hashem is somewhere else. Is he watching? He's not watching. Of course we believe it. And you ask any frum Jew, do you know that Hashem is watching every second? But it's very far removed from him. What is close to you? People. You understand what the embarrassment of a person is. You understand what it is to be embarrassed of a person. So you should use that as a stepping stone to translate that feeling from that you have of a person onto Hashem. Use it as a dimayon. In Parshat HaShavua it says Ani Yosef. He told the brothers Ani Yosef. They couldn't answer. So imagine, Chazal say, imagine what's going to be when Hashem says Ani Hashem. So we're going to be, we're going to be taken aback. So we can actually use these moments and these feelings with other people in order to use them as a stepping stone, as a trampoline to get to a higher level of Yirah Hashem. So Rabbeinu said, Nodali. Now I know what that is. But he didn't explain. רק דחק בתיבות שלא יראני אדם. שלא ירני אדם, he said that. ולא ביאר כלום מה נודענו בזה. Rabbeinu didn't even say what novelty he knew in that statement. כי כבר הקדים שאינו יכול לבאר דברים. לבאר בדברים. He already said, I cannot explain to you what now has been known to me. כי נראה פשוט כפשוטו. כי נראה פשוטו של דבר כך. אך אף על פי כן רק עכשיו נודענו זה הסוד. נודענו זה הסוד. So, you know, look how much Rabbi Natan appreciates every word from Rabbeinu. Rabbeinu said, I know something now I can't tell it to you. Just the fact that he said this, Rabbi Natan's writing it. Rav Aaron of Breslev was Rabbeinu's Talmid. He was a great Gaon, a great Tzaddik, a great Talmid Chacham of the highest caliber. And Rabbeinu once said, I give you a blessing that after 120 years you'll understand my Sichat Chulim. Forget about the Torahs. The simple, mundane conversations, I give you a blessing after 120. So just the fact that we know that once Rabbeinu said, now I know what it means, Shelo Yireni Adam, but I can't say it's also success. It's Hatzlachat HaNefesh. In Sefer HaMidot, Rabbeinu brings, Kol Yediya v'Yediya Mi'Yediyat Mishpetei HaTorah, Zohi Hatzlachat HaNefesh. Sometimes we learn Torah and we say, what is this helping me already? I'm learning all these details which I'm never going to apply. They're not even halacha, it's like some opinion, and even the opinion's pushed off. What is that helping me? And Rabbeinu says, don't think like that. Because we understand that you can have success in business. You can have success financially. You can have stock. You can have a building. You can have assets. You can have, a watch, a Rolex. You can do good in business. And every little gain is a success. So every little thing that you have has gone through your mind of Torah, that's Hatzlachat HaNefesh. So especially in coming close to the Tzaddik, every little detail in knowing something that Tzaddik said is Hatzlachat HaNefesh, coming close to Hashem. That's why the Breslevers were so interested. Which day did Rabbeinu give here? Who did he speak to? Did he know that person? He once told to him. All those things is like the Torah Shebat Peh. It's the shimush of the Tzaddik. No, if you have the Likutei Moharan, just the Likutei Moharan alone, you won't appreciate it like you would if you know all the background and these things and the stories and Rabbeinu's life. Shimusha Gdula Mimimuda. So all these things, Rabbi Natan is careful to write them so that you should have the shimush of, I know that Rabbeinu knew things that he didn't tell us. That itself is a success. That itself is a blessing to know that. Whereas you open the Likutei Moharan, it's nice Chedushim. Like sometimes maybe it happens to you. Somebody brought me a sefer this week. They put together a sefer of a Hasidic Rebbe that passed away 100 years ago, and I don't even know that Rebbe. I never even heard of him. But he brought me the sefer and he worked on it for a year. When I look at it, I'll be honest with you, it's hard for me to look at it because I have so many other things to learn and to do, and I see that it's long and complicated. And for me to get out of it, I'm going to have to invest. And it's not that I don't appreciate Torah, I do, but I don't know him. So if you don't know the Rabbeinu, somebody else will look at Likutei Moharan the same way. This is a p'china of this, and an aspect of this, and this is this inyan brings to this inyan. It takes a schut to be attached. When you went to Uman and you see the action, you see the vibe, you see the energy that you got, now I'm interested. But if it's just a closed book without all these things, so then it's your kavut will be lacking. So don't think even to know this is a success. Well, maybe we'll do the next one, or we'll go to the Gemara. We'll just start the next one. Hasheni nodani mashiita, tachrita yediya asher lo nida. The second thing is now Rabbeinu knows what's written in Sfarim. Tachrita yediya asher lo nida. The highest knowledge is not to know. Asher lo nida mamash. Factually, not to know anything mamish, really to know nothing mamish. V'lo ber gam ken klum, rak dachat gam ken tevat asher lo nida mamish. Rabbeinu just said lo nida mamish, really. ואף על פי שפשוטו של דבר כך, אף על פי כן רק עכשיו נודע לי גם זה הדבר, שתכלית הידיעה אשר לא נדע ממש. And even though it's simple, Now I know it, and he didn't tell us. In general, we say tachlit ha'yidiyah no nida. It's that as much as you know, you have to know that you don't know. Like we're learning in Torah Zayin. Ma pishpash, ma chamita, ma pishpashta. As much as you know, there's so much more that you don't know. You know a little bit about Hashem, but what you don't know is much, much more greater than what you know. You know a few pages of Gemara. You even know the whole Shas. You even know all the Zohar. Imagine. But compared to what Hashem really is, that is not even a few grains of salt, a few grains of sand in a beach. It's nothing. So, tachlit ha'yidiyah shel no nida. As much as you know, when you get to the highest levels of knowledge, you should know that you don't know much more. But it seems to be that Ramin is going further. I don't know anything mamish. What do you mean? At least I know this page of Gemara. At least I know this halacha. At least I know the chumash. I know the ta'amim. And here Rabbin is going a higher level, which I don't know what it means. No nida mamash. I don't know anything mamish. Do you have a pshat what that means? Gam imken hu yodeya. And the problem with this, v'amar, מאחר שעכשיו יודע תכלית יין אשר לא נדע ממש, אם כן הוא יודע. מאחר שזכה לתכלית הידיעה. So 1 second. If the tachlit of the idea is to not know, well, if I know that, it means I know something. If I've got to the point where I know that not knowing is something, well, I know that not knowing is the best. So that's called I know something. It's called, it's not called that I don't know. Ach af b'ken enu yodeh klum. But still I don't know. כי הלא כבר נדמה לי שאני אצל זה התכלית הידיעה, אשר לא נדע. עכשיו אני רואה איך הייתי רחוק מזה התכלית. I already thought I was at the תכלית הידיעה של לא נדע. But now I see that it's not true, I wasn't even there. ואמר אז בלשון גנאי לעצמו. כי החזיק עכשיו בכסילות זה התכלית של זמן מקודם, שנמנו אז שזכה לתכלית הידיעה של לא נדע. Let's think together. Abenu was embarrassing himself.
Thinking that you know something because you said that.
Yeah, meaning I used to think I was at the tachlit ha'yidiyah shel lo nida. But I'm not there. In other words,
it's the same thing of Shlomo HaMelech.
I got to this level and I thought that after here you can't know anything. So I'm at the highest level of no nida. But now I got higher. So realize what I knew before, what I said before is tachlit ha'yidiyah, it wasn't true at all. It was actually much lower. So I'm embarrassed of myself that I thought that. עכשיו נודענו שתכלית הידיעה אשר לא נדע ממש. דבר זה גם אין יכול לאמרו בדברו, כי נראה כפשוטו, אך באמת רק עכשיו נודע לזאת. וכן הדבר הראשון. This is a big subject. We're going to have to speak about this more. בעזרת השם. חזק וברוך.